Adobe Premiere has a preset called YouTube 2160p 4K Ultra HD. It's the one that most editors click without thinking. It's the one I've clicked for years, and previous to my 4K setup, I used the 1080p preset inside Adobe Premiere. I just looked at it properly for the first time, and I think it's been broken for the last 6 or 7 years. Nobody talks about this. Adobe hasn't touched it, and the gap between what's in that preset and what YouTube actually asks for in 2026 is frankly embarrassing. So I rebuilt it. I'm giving away the new one for free with a link down in the description. Let me show you what's wrong with Adobe's version and how I rebuilt it. Okay, quick context. I've been rebuilding my whole studio for 4K. Hope you like it. New camera, new lights, the works. I wrote an article about it on LinkedIn, and I'll link that up down below as well if you want the backstory. So the last piece of the rebuild was the export side of my videos, because there's no point in having all this fancy gear and shooting in 4K, having super cool lighting, color grading for the TV screen, and then squashing it through an export preset that was last updated when people were still arguing about whether 4K was going to exist and wearing masks and things like that. So I opened Premiere's YouTube preset and went hunting around at everything to do with the video codec, of course my speciality, the audio codec, and what I found was, yeah, let me just show you. Here is the YouTube 2160p 4K Ultra HD preset that Adobe ships. Two things to look at here. The first one is Codec. See, it's right there, named as format H.264. That was fine in 2018, still works now in 2026, but H.265, which is selectable right here, has been around for over a decade now. It's roughly 40% more efficient, and YouTube fully supports it. Adobe's preset doesn't even offer it as an option in their built-in preset, so I fixed that. Next up, let's pop open video and scroll down and look at bitrate. There is the target bitrate, 40 megabits per second. That's the number that Adobe ships with their YouTube 4K preset. Now, YouTube's official documentation, which is right here, says that the recommended bitrate for 4K at 60 frames per second, as I'm pumping out right now, is 53 to 68 megabits per second. Adobe's preset is literally below the minimum that YouTube recommends for a preset that is actually named YouTube 4K Ultra HD. Come on! And before anyone tells me that, Mike, it's just one preset, same story across the board, wait a second. Let's go into the 3 dots, more presets, and search for Twitter. Does anyone remember Twitter? It hasn't been called Twitter since July 2023. It's been nearly 3 years, and these presets haven't moved. They're still called Twitter 1080p, Twitter 640. I mean, who's putting videos out in that quality? And if the name hasn't moved, then the settings inside probably haven't either. This isn't a hit piece, by the way. As you know from watching my channel, I think Adobe makes brilliant software, and I've trained people in Audition for over 20 years, but the export presets have been on autopilot and left to rot for years. If you're a creator who actually cares what comes out of the other end, you can't just trust the defaults anymore. With that said, here's what I built. Let's scroll down. I'm actually calling it the YouTube 4K Ultra New MRC preset, which you'll find in the link down below. 6 changes from Adobe's version. None of them are complicated, and the first one, of course, is the codec. Yes, we're using H.265 instead of H.264. Same quality as Adobe's preset, file sizes around 40% smaller, and who doesn't want smaller on their disk and with their internet uploads, right? Your upload times go down, YouTube processing gets faster, everybody wins. Next up, it's the bitrate. Now, I set it at 50 when I was experimenting, but the minimum is 53, so I can just crank this up and type in the exact number here, 53. There we go. YouTube spec does say 53 minimum. Here's the thing, 53 is the H.264 recommendation. H.265 is actually more efficient, so 50 in H.265 gives you better visual quality than Adobe's 40 in H.264, even with smaller files. So you get the upgrade on both sides, smaller files, better quality. Now next up, and I'm really surprised that Adobe doesn't do this already with their current YouTube preset. If I pop open the effects box here and scroll down, loudness normalization is ticked. It's not ticked in the official Adobe preset. So I've set it to YouTube's exact target, which is -14 LUFS, -2 dBTP, that's the true peak limit, ITU standard. What does that actually mean in plain English? When you upload your video to YouTube, YouTube will measure the loudness. And if you're louder than -14 LUFS, guess what? YouTube will squash you down. If you're quieter, you stay quiet. And that's really important. Viewers will either reach for the volume knob or they'll just leave because your video is too quiet. Most creators have absolutely no idea that this is happening. Their audio either gets crushed by YouTube's processing and they wonder why their videos sound flat compared to the bigger channels. Normalize it yourself on export using this preset and you arrive at YouTube already at target. Cleaner, louder, where it should be, controlled where it shouldn't be. This is the kind of thing 30 years of audio work makes me obsess over. Adobe ships their preset with this turned off, and that blows my mind. Now let's move on to the next thing, and that's keyframe distance set to 53. That's roughly half the frame rate, which is what YouTube specifically asks for in their documentation. Moving along, frame rate matches the source. Yes, that's important. If you shot at 24, export at 24. If you shot at 60, export at 60. Don't let the preset force you into a number. And finally, and this one's just a personal thing, the name has a year in it. So when 2027 rolls around and YouTube changes something, you can nag me to update it. Adobe should do this though. They don't. So I did it. Oh, a quick interruption here. If you've already watched a few minutes of a video about export presets, I want you to understand something about yourself. You're a very unusual person. The general population does not voluntarily consume content about codec efficiency and audio normalization. You're special. And you belong to a small, slightly odd society of people who care about the boring things and notice it so everyone can have better quality content. So if you're already subscribed, genuinely thank you. You are the reason that I keep making these videos. And if you haven't done so already, buttons there, no test at all, nothing to pass, you're already qualified. Right, let's move on. The preset is free, link in the description, download it, double click it, Premiere imports it automatically. It'll show up in your presets. If you want to do it the manual way, you just go into the 3 dots on the export screen, go to more presets, go to import here. There it is on my desktop, double click, boom, it's imported and ready for me to use. From there, it's the same as any other preset, just click the drop down here for preset, look for it, click it, go to your export button, click there, and you're done. Couple of things to know, by the way, if you're not on Apple Silicon or a recent NVIDIA card, H.265 hardware encoding might not be available to you, in which case Premiere will fall back to software and that'll take you ages. So don't blame me if you're sitting there getting through multiple mugs of coffee. Best advice, upgrade your hardware. Adobe's preset is 6 or 7 years behind YouTube's actual spec. My preset fixes everything. File sizes are smaller, quality is better, audio doesn't get crushed in processing, the download is in the description. And by the way, I'll link up the YouTube docs and everything if you want to OCD over those as well. But YouTube has already now lined up something really good for you next to watch, and I trust it. I'll see you in that one. Thanks.